Welcome to Haden Hill House. During World War II, Haden Hill Park, Old Hall and this Victorian house were used to support the war effort. Haymaking took place in the large green space down the bottom of the park, with other areas being ploughed up for growing potatoes. The greenhouses were also used for food production. The park was used for ARP warden exercising and drilling by the Home Guard. The stable block at the back of the houses was used to garage vehicles. Emergency food supplies and blankets were stored and distributed to families in need, and evacuees stayed on site until a more permanent place was found for them with a local family. Also, as part of the Holiday at Home campaign, events and activities were held in the park. However, today we've got an activity for you here at Haden Hill House, and we're going to be looking at air raids. So in front of you on the table, which we'll show you a little more closely in a minute, we've got a series of objects, all of which you could have used in wartime to take down to your air raid shelter, your Anderson shelter, when the air raid siren went off. However, what is it you're going to choose to take? You can only pick 5 of the objects on the table to take with you. So you can discuss together as a family which 5 objects you would take and why you would take them. They all could be useful in a number of different ways. So here we have blanket to keep you nice and warm. Some first aid supplies which might be very useful. If a bomb's dropped nearby, then somebody might get hurt. Of course, if you get a direct hit on top of your Anderson shelter, I'm afraid you're going to need more than a few bandages, but might come in useful. There's a radio here too, so if you can get a signal in your air raid shelter, it might be useful to know what's going on in the outside world. Oh, and here we've got an enamel gazunder that might gazunder the bed, although there won't be much room in your air raid shelters, but might be useful for somewhere to do a wee. Some blackouts. Will you need those in your air raid shelter, or are they best to black out the windows in your own house? Oh, some food. You don't know how long you're going to be down in your air raid shelter, so maybe taking a bit of packed lunch may be useful. You may be down there hours and hours, which also means you might need something to do. So maybe some books or some games might be useful too. Maybe you might decide to take some of your documentation. Who knows, if your house gets hit, you might need them later on. Oh, and what's this object? Well, it's a hot water bottle, so that might be something useful to keep you nice and warm for a few hours at least. Oh, what's this strange contraption here? Well, if we look inside, we've got a sleeping baby. So this is in fact a gas mask for a baby. So if you've got a baby, this might be very, very useful. We won't disturb her, she's fast asleep. Well, this is a nice item as well. It might have some hot soup in there with a cup on top, so that might be something warm to take with you. Something else to put your food on. Maybe you want to take some of your special photographs of friends and family. People don't take as many photographs in wartime as they do in the modern world. If you're lucky enough to have a camera, maybe you take your camera with you. Very special. And a whistle. Now, what might you need a whistle for? Think very carefully. Oh, what's this mess here? Well, this is the beginnings of a rag rug, and you'd have podged holes in it and used bits of old rags to create a large rug. So that might be something to do down in your air raid shelter while you're waiting for the all clear siren, and also something you can later use to keep warm. We've got a dolly here, so maybe something for the children. Keys to your house, might you need those? Candles, possibly useful. Pack of cards, think to do again. Some newspaper, well that might have a number of uses. Think very carefully. And think back to our gazunder over there. Or some more things to do here. An oil lamp. And a teddy bear. So I'm going to go round once more, and so you can clock all of the items, and then you've got to choose the 5 that you might take with you. She's still asleep. So then, those are all your objects that you can take with you. You can now decide on your 5. What is it that you're going to take? You decide.